So our learning objective for this topic is number 1, to be able to know the different government account, to be able to differentiate each account in the government's revised chart of accounts since binago na siya, pinalitan. Next, to be able to use each account and to be able to know each account. So let's proceed. So the legal basis for this one is the authority to formulate accounting rules and regulation under the constitutions of 1987 of the Philippines, or Section 2 of Article 9D of 1987 Philippine Constitutions. And then we also have a separate, which is Section 25(4) of PD, of Presidential Decree 1445, which state that the Commission on Audit should be the one to formulate the rules and regulation for accounting of all the government in the Philippines. Next, so we also use the International Financial Standard Reporting, or in some cases, it was also called as the Philippine International Financial Reporting Standard. However, it was questioned as most of the adoptions or merely adoptions of the International Financial Reporting Standard. Hence, now there are some sort of question as to why it would be used the Philippine Reporting Standard, or PFRS, should now be replaced by the International Financial Reporting Standard. Kasi nga, halos kinopya naman verbatim kung ano yung nasa IFRS. So, it compromise sets of accounting standards. So, dalawa yung ginagamit natin. We have the International Financial Reporting Standard, and then, if there is no such new issuance under our IFRS, we also use the International Accounting Standard, or the IAS. In some book, it could be PAS, but since it's still questioned because there is no proper guidelines as to the Philippines for that one, it should not be used PAS. Instead, it should be IAS, or the International Accounting Standard. There are also some interpretation developed by the International Financial Reporting Standard Institute Committee, or former SIC. So, sila yung mga nagde-develop or nag-check kung ano pa ba yung mga dapat developments tsaka add-ons dun sa mga different accounts na ginagamit natin sa private, ganoon din sa public. So, dine-develop din daw to ng ES Board. So, and use guidance in the preparation of the general purpose reporting or financial reporting. So, dito, pumasok din si COA kasi nagagawa siya ng mga practical guidelines as to which is to be adopted by the Philippine government and the applicable guidelines. So, this one is normally applicable with our government business enterprise. So, ito yung mga businesses na kumikita at their own. Hindi nila kailangan ng support from the government. However, there are also some accounting standards. Di ba before, we had said that there are two reporting standards ng Philippines. We have the PPSAS, or the Philippine Public Accounting Standard. So, these are naman for public, yung mga non-GBE, or yung kailangan ng suporta ng government para makagawa nila yung mga day-to-day activities nila. Next, we also have the objective. Ano ba yung objectives nito? So, syempre, para magkaroon ng greater transparency. So, quality of the general purpose financial report. So, para magkaroon daw or mas makita ng public or ng mga Filipino yung transparency or yung nilalaman ng books of accounts ng government. And then, higher degree of comparability. Kasi usually, at the end of the year, so gumagawa kasi ng financial statements si government as a whole. So, para nang sa ganun, meron ng proper comparability as to our neighboring or adjacent countries. So, ano ba yung mga general purpose financial reporting? So, ito kasi yung mga financial statement ni government. So, ano-ano ba yun? Siyempre, we also have the statement of financial position, also known as our balance sheet. We also have the statement of comprehensive income, or in some book, it's known as our income statement, or in other book, it's known as the statement of income and expenses. Then, we also have the statement of cash flow and statement of changes in equity. However, sa government, hindi talaga equity yung tawag sa kanya. Ang tawag sa kanya ay residual income, or in some book, it's retained earnings. Then, we also have the notes to financial statement. So, ito, yung mga financial statement ng government. And, for the public, or yung mga sinusuportahan ng government, or yung binibigyan ng government ng sariling fund, yung wala silang capacity to provide their own funds, meron pang isang idadagdag. Ang tawag natin doon is budget and actual. So, check kasi kung lumagpas ba sila dun sa budget tsaka sa actual. Okay? So, those are for the public or for the government entity that would need support from the government or yung fina-fund lang. Yung hindi sila kumikita at their own. So, kailangan nila ng comparative or comparison of actual and budget. So, yun yung nadagdag. So, ano ba yung Philippine Financial Reporting Standard? So, ito lang daw yung generally accepted accounting principle na ginagamit natin. Dinevelop pa rin siya ng Accounting Standard Council or yung nasa ibang country and known as the Financial Reporting Council. So, normally naman, merong injection dito or created to ng PRC or yung BOA recommendation. So, kasi lahat ng mga reporting standard, kailangan muna ng mga pinag-aaralan yan. So, nagdadagdag or nagbibigay ng additional information yung mga auditors, yung mga accountant, as well as the BOA. Okay? Okay, the Philippine Financial Reporting Standard, also known as or corresponds to the IFRS. So, take note, usually, yun yung ginagamit, pero IFRS pa rin siya. So, we also have the Philippine Accounting Standard, which corresponds to IAS. In some book, ang ginagamit kasi PAS, pero still IAS pa rin. Tsaka kinastro na rin kasi yan ng World or no International Financial Reporting Standard as it become misleading kasi sinasabi na PAS, pero dapat naman talaga IAS. So, we also have the Philippine Interpretation, formerly Representation of the Philippine Interpretation Committee. Ito kasi, gumagawa kasi yung Philippine ng sarili nilang practical guidelines as to the application of each of the account to the different agency. Kasi syempre, di ba, each agency has a unique way to tackle the accounts. So, yun kasi siya. Next, so yung methodology, so ano ba yun? We have the adoption of the PFRS under COA Circular Number 2015-003 dated April 16, 2005. So dito, nagkaroon ng dalawang classifications yung government. We have the government or just as business enterprise or government business enterprise. Ito yung mga government entity na kaya nilang mag-stand sa sarili nila or nag-earn on their own. Like, for example, PAGCOR, PCSO, kasi nagbebenta sila, tapos mag-earn sila. So, kaya nilang isuportahan yung sarili nila without the funding from the government. Instead, sila pa yung nagbibigay ng additional funds sa government. However, meron din tayong mga non-GBE or yung mga government institutions na kailangan ng fund para masustain nila yung day-to-day activity na. Halimbawa, DSWD, wala kasing sariling fund or walang activity si DSWD para kumita sila. Normally, nagbibigay pa sila. So, ito yung mga non-government business enterprise. We also have the COA Resolution 2015-040 na ini-implement or dinidifferentiate na kung ano yung mga government corporation, GBE, kailangan maghiwalay na sila from January 1, 2014 to January 2016 kasi nga bago pa lang siya. So, meron tayong tinatawag na mga first-time adoptions. So, may mga kailangan silang gawin para nang sa ganun maka-adapt sila dun sa bagong resolutions or dun sa IFRS tsaka PFRS. Kasi nga, si non-GB ang ginagamit niya ay PPSAS or IPSAS. Next, we also have the chart of account. So, si chart of account na-revise siya medyo maraming beses na. Nung before, yung 2015-010, nagawa siya ng mga bagong revisions para ma-separate na si GBE tsaka si non-GBE. Tsaka para madagdagan yung mga service concessions, like for example, what happened with NLEX. So, these are service concessions kung saan yung private entity yung gumastos para mapagawa siya. Tapos yung share ni government, habang nagbabayad tayo ng mga toll fee, nababayad. So, walang shined out yung government para mas maayos pa yung development ng NLEX. We also have proposed a COA circular para dun sa conversion. Kasi nga, bago yung mga luma para pag nagawa ng FS, mas madali nang maintindihan. And so that, they would be able to come out with one financial statement for all the government. Meron yung proposal na COA circular as supplementary guidelines on the preparation and financial revisions. So, ito kasi nagkaroon ng proposal para magkaroon ng mga training as to kung paano ba nila i-convert. So, we also have the preparation of the government accounting manual. However, I guess meron yung GAM for the GBE, pero dun ay for the non-GBE, pero sa GBE still under development. So, ginagawa pa ng Commission on Audit. So, ito yung mga nabago. So, normally, kaya naggawa ng bago, so sa revised chart of account, para ma-include si service concession agreement or guarantor, yun nga, yung katulad nung si NLEX, to change the accumulated surplus. Dati kasi, accumulated surplus or retained earnings. Pero ngayon, ginamit na natin ay government equity. Tapos, para rin malagay yung mga revenue and expenses summary. So, ito yung mga COA resolutions under 2014-03, January 24. So, ito yung mga bago na ina-adapt. So, we have the PPSAS 1. So, these are for our non-GBE. Presentation of financial statement. So, yung mga first-time adoption. We also have the cash flow. So, ano ba yung dapat gamitin? Government use the the direct. Hindi na pinapayagan yung indirect. We also have the past 3 for the accounting policy and change in accounting estimates and error. We also have the effect on forex para dun sa mga derivatives, the borrowing cost, the consolidated and separate financial statement. Although kasi rare to bihira kasi yung government na, pero may mga nire-require si BSP. Kung may law na nagre-require, kailangan nila gawin. Next, we also have the joint ventures. So, ito yung mga nadagdag. We also have the revenue from exchange transactions, inventory leases, kasi ang daming nabago sa leases, events after the reporting date, investment property, kasi diba si property were subdivided into different class. The investment property, the PPE, and asset held for sale. Then the provisions and conditions of liability. Then we also have the related party disclosure. So, ano ba yung mga dapat nila i-disclose? Yung mga impairment ng non-cash generating unit. At saka ito yung pinaka-isa sa, kasi kung papansinin mo, lahat yan, nandun din sa book natin kay Valix or sa ating financial accounting. Then, the presentation of budget information in the financial statement. Kasi sa government, may ibinibigay na budget, so kino-compare yon. So, the impairment of cash generation, agriculture, and then financial instrument. Pero i-discuss naman natin siya kasi meron tayong separate topic for those things. Then, we also have the financial instrument recognition kasi di ba bago si PFRS number 9. Si intangible assets siya kasi service concession guarantor. So, yan yung mga additional info. Additional na dinagdag kaya nagkaroon din ng revised chart of account. So, if you have questions, since we would be tackling a little bit more of each of the accounts, please, if you like this video, please help me reach out more people by hitting the subscribe and the like button below. God bless you. And if you have questions, just comment it below. For my student, if you have questions or clarification, just message me or PM me and use our GC, okay? Bye and have a good day. Stay safe.